So, bench today, 3x3. The goal is to set myself up, because I was talking about last week how bench felt really good, felt really easy, and that if today felt good, like when I got to the 3x3s, I was gonna full send another PR. So today's goal was just to have this be good, to the point where just like last week, we have to make it harder for ourselves, like exaggerate the positive even more. That way next week, we set ourselves up for another PR, which would be, I'll probably go for 425. Actually, we'll see. I won't even mind going up to like trying 430, because the thing is, I'm not at a point where like I'm in due for or past due for a max. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even plan on going heavier on the last set, because this is like new numbers, because we just got a new max. So the thing is, if we miss next week's PR attempt, it won't even matter. You know what I mean? Because I'm not at a point where as I progressive overload on those last sets that I'm getting like dangerously close to just too much volume. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So like I could go for something disgusting, and then if I don't get it, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Because our last PR is still fresh, is what I'm trying to say. And then if we do get it, got a new max. Also, first time using this rack. I think it's cool. Get to move it up. Kind of get a really nice look at Barbella before you let her go down on you. It's cool. But yeah, no, today's goal, just to have this shit feel just as good as last week did. And it should. Like I said, bench for whatever reason has been feeling really fucking good lately. This bench will come in clutch though, because you see it moves. So the lift off, if you're giving yourself your own lift off, it doesn't get more easier than that. And it's pretty late, because I got to the gym late and Ryan isn't here. So we are missing out on his power and also a lift off. So this kind of doesn't make the nerf as bad as it could be, because it ultimately is a nerf if Ryan is not here and I have to do shit without him. It's kind of packed in here, so I'm like having to look extra for some 45s. Anyways, it is ultimately a nerf doing anything without Ryan, but this rack makes it so that at least giving myself my own lift off doesn't get much easier than that, so the nerf isn't as bad as it could be. So I feel like the only thing I need to get used to is that setup, because you're bringing it, like when you usually set up on a rack that doesn't move, it's like you set up, it's different than a normal setup because this moves. So I have to set up myself in a way to where I'm not lifting it off from here, but set myself up in a way where I'm lifting it from here. Now, I know some of you guys might be like, yo, Kev, what's the big idea? It's still warm up. You need to remove the pump cover for that power. No, I don't. And to be fair, I probably don't even need, like with how Bench has been feeling, probably don't even need to remove the pump cover for the power to do any of my sets. But that's on a normal day. It's not a normal day. I don't have Ryan with me. So that is a big nerf. This does make the nerf not as big because it moves. So the liftoff is gonna be a lot better, but it's still a pretty fucking big nerf. You know what I'm saying? It's like going into a Pokemon battle against Cynthia with like level 30 Pokemon. It's gonna be a lot harder. Don't even know if that's possible. You know what I'm saying? So I do need to take my pump cover off in this scenario because Ryan is not here. So it's like we get a nerf and then we get a buff from taking off the pump cover. Not enough to make it like okay, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, as I assumed, setting up for it is just weird. Because like I said, you have to set yourself up in a way to where you're not getting a liftoff from here. You're getting it from here. So it's a little bit awkward setting myself up in that way. But I'm sure after the first set, we'll be used to it. So it's not a big fucking deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that first weight on. 357, so we are gonna be rounding up to 360. Risky without Ryan, but I think we got it. And we're gonna bang that out for 3 sets of 3, hoping that each set feels amazingly good, setting us up for a sensational, juicy, plump, voluptuous, constituous, fantastical, nomical, astronomical PR next week. Barbella, bro. From her feel all the way to her scent is enough to get anybody pumped up. You don't need pre-workout smelling salt if you have Barbella. Only thing you need is Ryan and the scent and smell of Barbella. I think it makes it easier if I pull it out first and then set up from this position. Instead of like having it back and then setting up and then having to pull it down. I think that will make it less awkward. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I like this rack. I think it's like good if you're just like casually bench pressing, but like once you go up to like heavy weight, if you give yourself your own lift off, I just don't like it. I prefer, I think it's still just because like these things come up so high, so you're kind of having to push it hard to get it out of this rack for it to fall back. Whereas like that one, it's kind of you just pop it up. You know what I mean? Same with that one, kind of just pop it up. Those ones, I was complaining about them last week just because it felt sketch, but you just pop it up. But on that one, you don't really do this. It takes a little bit more like strength, if that makes any sense, to get it out just because these come up so high. So I don't know. I don't really think I'm fucking with this rack, to be honest. It's hard to say because that is the first set, and kind of sped through the warm up. We did the bar, and then just did like 135, 225, 315 an hour working set. So that could be it. Second set could feel a lot better, but I don't know. I think even if it does feel better, I'd rather fuck with those racks instead of this one. It's okay. You can't help the way that you are. Oh, that's not good. You see how it kind of took me longer to pit it back into place? It's mad at the fact that I was kind of shit talking it. So it's like we received another buff, or a nerf, not having Ryan here, and then I accidentally pissed us off. I gotta lock in, bro. Second set. First set felt a little rough, not gonna lie. Didn't feel like the same bench from last week, but to be fair, this is 30 pounds now more than, because we did round up to 360, not down to 355. So it's about 25 pounds more than what we did last week. So it's gonna feel heavy. It's gonna feel heavy. Not as many reps, but at the end of the day, it's heavier weight, so. I could just only hope that it was just a first set type thing, you know, first set, kind of heavy, you know, whatever. That felt a lot better, 10 times better. So it must have just been a first set thing, and then, you know, still getting used to using this guy. Getting used to. I'm gonna use the fuck out of you for that last set. Anyways, last set. We're not gonna be going up in weight or anything like that. Like I said, this is new weight. First time working with 360 for multiple sets of 3. So we're gonna keep it cool. Just took one set to get all my strength back. You know what I mean? And get used to lifting without Ryan. So now after the second set, we're feeling fucking good, bro. We're feeling fucking good. So because of that, I'm gonna nerf myself. I do have a nerf going on because Ryan's not here. As soon as I mentioned that Ryan's not here, it kind of makes me tear up, depressed, so I kind of had to calm down. But that's a fat fucking nerf. It's not enough. Second set still felt free. This is still little guy shit to me. So I'm gonna nerf myself even harder. And for this last set, we're gonna exaggerate the pauses. Maybe even kick the feet up, I don't know. But something, bro. This is like little guy shit. It's just not challenging enough, you know? We got on the last set, or not the last weight, it's the same weight. It's always been slight 360 because again, we did round up from the 357. Like I said, kind of feeling way too fucking easy. Like, you're not doing it for me today, Barbella. Like, you're not. He's acting like a fucking little guy, dude. So since she won't step it up, we're gonna step it up ourselves. So I'm going to nerf myself even more than I already am without having Ryan here, just by taking longer with my pauses. Going past competitional style reps. We're going to Olympic style reps. which isn't actually a thing. There's no like Olympic style bench reps. It was just kind of like a joke. It's like, oh, competitional style, you gotta have that slight pause. So like, since I'm exaggerating the pauses, it's like, oh, we're gonna take it to the next level, Olympic style reps. It's like a play on play type of thing. Anyways, I felt really fucking good. $370, actually. Like I said, sometimes my brain gets fucking fried and I can't think straight. So I guess when I was stacking on the weight, in my head, I was being an idiot, I guess. Yeah, no, because 315, I'm not saying we're supposed to go up to 370. I think we just fucked it up and went up to 370 by mistake. Because this is 315, a 30 on each side, that's 30, 345, and then a 10 on each side. Let me see if that's right. 45, yeah, 55, 65, 2.53, fucking 70 pounds. So we actually did 10 pounds more than we were supposed to fucking do for 3 sets of 3. Dude, no fucking wonder when I did the first set, it actually felt like heavy. And I was literally saying, it doesn't feel like so far how bench did last week. Because we just put on fucking 370 pounds instead of 360. So that's a W, bro. The fact that we could just do that on the last set with 370 pounds, 10 pounds more than we were supposed to do, on top of that new weight because we just got a new max, is pretty fucking crazy, dude. That's hype, bro. There's no greater feeling in the gym when you're doing strength training and you're blowing through your shit and then you realize that you put on the wrong weight, but it's actually more weight than you were supposed to do and you still get it. Like, that's hype. That's actually huge, huge. And it didn't even feel like too much volume. Like, after I was doing it, it didn't feel like, oh, bro, this actually sucks. Now that I realize this, you know, I was struggling the whole time. I just can't do it. Not when it's too quiet like that. But it's not like one of those things where we were struggling the whole time. So then I'm like, yeah, definitely too much volume. Next week's gonna feel like shit. That felt fine. I literally had to make it harder for myself on that last set. So that's fucking huge PR. 370 for 3? For a 3x3? Up, dude. That's good. Yeah.